Welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse, and yes, it is time for our number 2 episode in our Wall Puncher series. So we have a panel here. We're going to look at those songs we just hate. So get ready for musical Wall Puncher.
He's in his basement, and he's worldwide. Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Holy mackerel, welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse, and we are live. Actually, this is the second live show for tonight, and the Beach Boys graphic is still up. And that's what you call a rookie move, ladies and gentlemen. But we are live. The panel's here. We have a new addition. We've got Davey Gallagher here tonight. He's going to talk Wall Punchers 2 with us for a while. But it's, what is it in Scotland? What is it, 1 in the morning? Oh, you're muted.
Uh-oh.
I can't hear him.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I muted myself.
That wrecked my whole intro, Davey. For God's sakes, you got to be ready, man.
Hey, listen,
baby.
this is the first time I've clicked a StreamYard link in like 3 months. Come on.
I know, it's all right. We'll get you back into the swing. But anyway, welcome Davey Gallagher, who's a recent addition.
Hey.
Byron's back. We've got DC. We've got John the Music Nut and Ernesto are back. We're back again. This is for round 2 in our Wall Puncher series. So what we're going to talk about tonight are those songs that we do not like. These songs drive us crazy. Now, I will say that this is lighthearted. Don't put like a crap load of comments in there that you're going to burn our houses down and burn crosses in our yards. Don't do that, because these might be bands that we like, but there might be that one track that we don't like. So we're just going to have fun with this, and we're just going to go around the horn and just talk about some of these tracks that we don't like. So we do want to hear from you in the chat. Oh, we got 16 people. Well, it's almost
awesome.
Contrarian level up to 90. Oh,
yeah, here we go.
We're getting close. But anyway, everybody in the chat, I will try to get to you. We do want to hear from you, so we'll keep it interactive like we always do, because we'd love doing the live shows here in the warehouse. So anyway, welcome Byron, DC, John, Ernesto, and Davey. Let's start off. And since I don't know how long we do have Davey for, I'm going to go Davey, Ernesto, John, DC, and Byron, and we'll just go around the loop, and we'll just talk about those songs that we hate. Basically.
Well, good evening.
Davey, nice to see you.
I knew I was on this show about 3 minutes ago. So
well, you show up in the chat, you're automatically in.
I've not had terribly long to prepare, but I am filled with nothing but hatred, so I can certainly come up with a few things. I mean,
okay.
like I mentioned in the chat, my number 1 is What a Fool Believes by the Davey Brothers.
See, this is going to cause the panel to have an aneurysm.
Because Michael McDonald needs to have surgery to have the marbles taken out of his mouth. Whatever that is that he's doing there, if you ask your computer to translate that, put the subtitles on it, which what is this nonsense?
That may be the finest Michael McDonald impression I've heard. Very well done.
You have to add that Scottish accent to it.
Well, what is the deal with his vocalizations? I don't know. He sold a lot of records.
Well, Hitler was Chancellor of Germany. These things happen. But hey, come on, he's not.
Hey, Donald Fagen hired him to do background vocals.
That's what I was going to say. The only time I can handle him is going, pig. And that's it. He just sings one word, pig.
That's good.
No, he does the background vocals for Red Like the Wind, doesn't he, by Christopher Cross?
He did.
Yeah, he's on there too.
In that era, Michael McDonald was all over the place.
Yeah, that's because he couldn't hold down a steady job.
But we need sound effects for this.
Plus, he looks like a cut price. What do you call him, Kenny Rogers?
He does now.
Yeah, but I mean another one. Any song that's number 1 for far too long and you just can't go anywhere without hearing it has to go on the list, I think. So in this country, I don't know how big it was. I mean, I'd imagine it would be big over in America, but here it was number 1 for 4 months.
Ooh.
It was Bryan Adams for the Robin Hood soundtrack.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh no. All for one or whatever.
It was what was the actual title again?
Is it All for One?
All for
No,
love.
No, that was for the Three Musketeers soundtrack. Disney 1988.
Everything I do it for you.
DC's got it. Say it again, DC. What is it?
Everything I do for you, or something like that.
No, it's true. Everything I do it while wearing double denim.
Now, I agree with that one. I like Michael McDonald, What a Fool Believes, but I agree with you at the Ryan Adams.
Well, the thing of Bryan Adams, not Ryan.
Right, Brian.
Well, actually,
Ryan abuses women.
Yes,
Keep
I was going to
this.
say Ryan would be on a different list of mine.
He'd be on a different list.
Yeah, I've seen him
Probably
live.
on the sex defender list. So you got to keep that.
Exactly. I've seen him live, and he walked off after 20 minutes saying the audience had bad karma. Yes, I think time's been quite kind to my audience and not terribly kind to his karma, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So to hell with Ryan Adams. But Bryan Adams seems like a nice enough guy. It's just that he's still cutting about wearing double denim like it's 1988. And all those songs, just with that throaty voice. I mean, gosh, they're just
I think Bryan Adams sounds great. I like Cuts Like a Knife. I think that's a great record.
Don't set me up with a line like Cuts Like a Knife talking about somebody I don't like.
I like Cuts Like a Knife.
But generally, it's because it was number one for literally 4 months. And my question to that is, who, after 15 weeks, says, actually, I quite like that song. I think I might buy it now. I haven't liked it for the last 15 weeks. But this time, I'm going to go to the record store.
That's 16th week. I'm in. I'm in.
What's all that about? What is the deal with that? And I guess another one would be for the same reason because
Are you just going to go through your whole list right now?
I didn't know we were 10 rounds, but
we're going to go. We'll do. Well, we pick 5 apiece.
Okay, well, I'll throw it one more while I was mid-sentence because it's
well, go ahead since you're mid-sentence.
It's the same reason, right? It's the same reason.
My
It's the same reason because it was number one for I think 23 years. I think it's still number one actually. Meatloaf with "And I would do anything for." Why do we need to hear it for 6 months? It just goes.
I haven't heard that track in years.
Well, it was number one here for I think that was about 4 months as well. Just like the Titanic song with that. What's her name?
Celine Dion.
Yeah.
Have you seen Celine Dion lately?
Yes, I saw her in the Chinese the other day. She was
looks
getting
like one of those hairless
Kung Pao
cats,
chicken.
like in Egypt. I don't know what's going on with Celine.
Really?
She's
Has she got health issues or what?
many.
Well, I take that comment back. I did not know that.
Well, so does Madonna, but she
I
looks
thought
like
it was
back of the
heroin
couch.
chic or something, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe I'm a little late for that.
So so anything that stays number one for 19 years has to go on the list because just by definition you have to listen to it, and every time you go into a shop, every time it's on the radio. So I'll draw the line there.
Okay, all right, good. Well, let's throw it over to Ernesto. Ernesto, you might as well give us a couple of your picks while we're going around.
Well, no, I'm going to do it the way we do it. I'm going to just do it. This is my number 5 pick. And so basically, let me look at my list. Okay, so number 5 came out in 1981. Now you got to remember, 1981 for me was we were just getting into hard rock and heavy metal. Sabbath and was no more. Ozzy was starting off. And so when this song was being played, it was one of those annoying songs that would just come on the AM radio and FM radio. It was so annoying. My number 5 is Juice Newton, Queen of Hearts.
But you know who wrote that, right?
No, who wrote it?
That's a Dave Edmunds song.
Is it?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's on Dave's solo album, the one that's really technically it's a rock pile album, but it's
that
a Dave Edmunds album in name.
In 1981 was so annoying. I mean, we heard it on the radio, FM, AM, and it was just going on and on. It was just so goddamn annoying, man. I
didn't catch it. Sorry, what one was it?
Oh, what year?
No, what song was it? Sorry, I didn't.
Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts.
Oh, I love playing with the Queen.
Oh my God!
You know, it
Wow.
isn't really smart. That's a
When
great
we
Dave
were-
Evans song.
We were
It's
growing
a great
up.
Dave Edmonds song.
We wanted to hear Ozzy, man. We wanted to hear all this other stuff. We didn't.
Oh,
want to
for goodness sakes!
and it was just like, man, it was on the radio so much. You know what I mean? It was just, man, I don't even know how, what type of hit it was. It must have been a number one hit.
It was a big hit.
Yeah. And
But
it was
they don't
funny.
play that song anymore. I haven't heard that in years.
Well, they play it on soft radio
Oh.
and poppy radio. And you look at her now; she's 71, right? She
Okay.
looks amazing for 71. I saw a picture of her. She looks amazing. Mind blowing how great she looks for 71. So if you have a chance, look her up, check her out. You'll be blown away. But yeah, that was my number 5. So
You don't have that on
Yeah.
8-track or not?
I had it. I did, but I couldn't find it in time.
He's got every wall puncher song on 8-track that he.
Pretty much.
Well, Ernesto, you want to do another pick while you're there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do another one.
You do.
Go ahead.
Okay, number 4. My number 4 came out in 1988. Now remember, 1988, the metal thing was huge. Okay.
He brings that. He always goes back to the metal. Yeah, I noticed
Well,
that.
because that's where we were in. We were metal. It was huge. And then this song came out on the pop stations and the radio. And I was like, oh my God. It was number 4 by the Beach Boys, Kokomo. Jesus Christ.
Don't get Davey started on that.
Oh,
I like Kokomo.
oh my God.
Wait a minute. I don't think you do like Kokomo or
You
no.
like Kokomo?
All right, I will say this about Kokomo. The
What?
Beach Boys weren't selling jack shit then.
Right.
And I will have to say, at least got them back on the charts, got them some recognition. If you think about a Beach Boys song in 1988, let's say you look at the 1960s catalog, we're out
Right.
surfing, blah, blah, blah. I say this translates well into the 80s. Now, whether you look at it and go, oh my God, this is horrible, it did give them a hit. I will give them that,
It's okay.
I think it helped because they made a video, which they hardly made videos, right? For the Beach Boys, they never made videos, did they?
I made a few videos.
Well,
but
they admit when they did that best of, they did California Dreamin'.
But this
Yeah.
video had
There's
the
videos.
inclusion of a certain Tom Cruise, thanks to the cocktail.
Well, no,
soundtrack.
John Stamos. When the live scene, they had John Stamos playing the bongos, which was so annoying and just so out there. It was like so odd.
Believe me, we've gone through Stamos's involvement in the Beach Boys on that series, haven't we?
Yeah,
Yeah, we have.
that was bad. I mean, I just didn't like it. It was just horrible. I didn't think the Beach Boys needed that. That whole.
Well, they probably
thing.
could have used a hit. I'll give them that. It was a big hit.
They needed the jack, that's for sure. At that point,
I think
What's-
the
what's-
soundtrack helped.
What's
You
our
know?
rule with the Beach Boys, Grant? At least Carl's always good, and the same is true on that. Because when he does the "I wanna take you down to Kokomo,"
He
that's
sounds great.
That's great, but unfortunately, you do have to put up with Mate Love going, "We'll perfect our chemistry. We'll make
Okay.
love under a tropical tree."
It was just
But-
horrible, man.
I don't know.
We were just not listening to that. That was just being played on FM radio all over. And I understand it brought more exposure to the Beach Boys, but
Right.
it just brought not a good
Well,
exposure.
I'm not saying this is good Beach Boys.
Right. It's not.
It's good enough for the
Right.
80s because there's
Right.
way worse 80s stuff than this.
Oh, yeah.
You
think,
have to admit.
What we'll find, Grant, when we do the album "Still Cruising" by the Beach Boys from 1989, is that they double down so hard on that. So every song on that album is Island Girl, My Girl from the Island, Tropical this, Tropical that. Everything is just a Kokomo knockoff on that
Yeah.
album.
Well, they're trying to milk it,
Yeah.
It always reminds me of because what was the song by the Four Tops that brought them back? Going Loco Down in Acapulco. That capitalized on that. So
Uh-huh.
they had their own Kokomo. It's like, you're in
Yeah,
trouble
they
when you're
were.
ripping off Make Love,
They were bad.
That's true.
But anyway, that's
All
my
right, Beach Boys.
fourth.
All
My
right,
fourth.
excellent, super. Hey, John the Music Nut, welcome to the show.
Thank
Give
you.
us your couple.
All right. Well, just like the first episode, there's got to be a bar story. All right.
Oh, there. Oh,
So my first one is Rage Against the Machine, and the song is called Renegades of Funk. You're probably wondering why this song.
This is the first time Rage has ever been mentioned on this channel.
Okay.
They're awesome.
Now,
Or hell, I don't know if Rage has ever been mentioned on the Contrarians either. So this is all a first.
now, here's the thing. When I first heard this band, when the first album came out, I thought they were fantastic. And it was just it went downhill fast, in my opinion. By the time Renegades of Funk came out, I mean, I was done. But what really sets me off about this song is hearing it so many goddamn times at Dugan's Pub when a certain woman, who was a very attractive woman,
At weddings.
who was a backup bartender, not at weddings. Not at weddings.
No.
At weddings, at least you didn't have
Byron
to-
and them wedding
like-
songs.
you have
Wow.
to hear it 6 times in one night in a bar. So it would get to the point where this woman would play this song so many times, people were blaming me, and that was it. I mean, I'm like, I'm going to hate this song forever, and I just think it's a terrible song compared to everything they had done before, and especially that first album, which was a killer album. But Renegades of Funk just makes me sick. That's it.
Wow. What do you think of that album cover, though? How do you like that?
Don't go to that party.
That's almost as bad as the song.
Yeah,
I think
that album
I think it's
cover.
stupid as unimagined. Stupid
They must have
unimagined.
found that sitting
Well,
in
Todd
the
Evans is in the chat. He says, since this is the second episode in the series, I'm pretty sure this is one that's already been mentioned. But I've got to throw in What's Going On by Four Non-Blondes, and that was mentioned the last.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
Oh,
goes
I hate
back to
that
the
song.
that goes
Oh,
back
I
to
hate
the
that
Michael McDonald voice thing, doesn't it? Because that's when I trace a hand in a rain of birds and a birds of men. So what are you saying? Enunciate, please.
So I was starting to think I might have mentioned it in the comments of that first show. That's how much I hate it. I do hate that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was
That's
a
horrible.
that was a
Whenever
true
that comes
consensus on that one.
Yeah,
Everyone
yeah.
hates.
Everyone hates that.
Todd is
I think
screaming.
that was DC's pick, right? DC?
Yeah, I probably I backed him up. I think I might have picked it because I saw that he picked it. And I thought, well, I can't. I have to mention it because I hate that
Do you know
song.
the one saving grace of that though is that was such a big hit that Linda Perry retired from making her own music and just wrote for other people with better voices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank the Lord.
Yeah.
All right, John, what's your second one?
Okay, artists I like a lot. Billy Joel. This was his last huge hit. River of Dreams. Horrible.
Wait a minute. Davy's like going, whoa,
I
whoa, whoa.
love that song.
Do
Oh,
you
it's
really
horrible.
love it? Are you being serious?
I genuinely in the middle of a hard walking in.
It's a Love Me Like a
That's
Rock
like Kokomo.
knockoff. It's terrible.
Love Me Like a Rock knockoff.
Loves
All
Me
right.
Like a Rock by Paul Simon. It's a
Yeah.
knockoff.
Yeah.
And how do I know it's a terrible song? I went to see Billy Joel live. And he's going through all these hits and nobody's going anywhere. Everyone's standing and applauding. River of Dreams comes on. I go to my friend. I gotta go. I gotta go take a squirt. I'll be right back. Line out the door. And
That's a
about
good indicator.
10 feet
Yeah.
deep. And we're standing in line, and this guy looks to us. He goes, "Yeah, I hate this fucking song too." Like, yep,
There you go. See,
terrible.
Todd's backing you up, John. He doesn't like it.
Thank you,
Oh my
Todd.
God! Wait a minute. The good doctor's in the house.
You know, John,
Hey.
his wife painted that picture. You know
I don't
that?
think there's any funk on that Dr. Funkenstein, though. I'll give you
I'm
that.
nothing against the cover. It's actually a nice cover, but the song is no.
Yeah, that song was.
Not good.
I remember it on the radio a lot too. I was like, oh God.
I
Holy
just
crap!
can't.
One of the
I just can't
Kathy
believe-
Farrell Moore from the Todd Evans fan club is in the house, and she misses Todd's live face.
But
Oh,
surely,
wow.
we didn't start the fire is even worse than that. Come on.
Oh, that
Yeah,
I
that's
dig.
I kind of dig that one. That one
The
doesn't bother me.
history lesson.
A history
That-
lesson that gives you no context for any history at all.
That got played a lot though. I mean, that got played harder, no question.
Yeah.
Todd doesn't like the cover either. There's a lot of negatives with this record. Well, that's a good one.
It's still rock and roll to me.
It's still rock and roll to me. All right, let's throw it over to DC Tune Time.
All right. In keeping with tradition, and the same thing happened on the first Wall Punchers, my first pick pains me as I love this group. but like ELO and Journey from the first Wall Puncher show, they have one song that I absolutely hate. The group is the Guess Who, and the song is Clap for the Wolfman.
It is
Yeah.
truly.
Ugh.
That's horrible.
Actually, the music itself is not too bad, but it's that sucking up to that pant load, Wolfman Jack, that really starts the hate fest with me in that song. Clap for the Wolfman. He's going to rate your record high. Sucking up is not admirable right from the get-go. And then you got, on top of that, Wolfman Jack making these inane, regressive, idiot comments like, you thought she was digging you, but she was digging me. I got news for Wolfman Jack. The only ladies digging him are the ones that breathe through their mouths and like the taste of Elmer's glue.
Whoa, holy crap. Harsh, DC.
Yeah, maybe I would like the song better if the subject matter was about Wolfman Jack catching a venereal disease. You know, clap for the Wolfman. And then he can make little comments throughout the song. Oh, baby, it burns when I pee. Maybe I'd like that song better.
Yeah, that goes back to Zappa there.
Yeah, like Rob. Rob's going, wow, DC. My goodness.
But since they didn't go that route, that's my first Wall Puncher of the evening.
Okay.
Now,
You know
my
who-
second.
you know-
my
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead,
you know who
Ernesto.
did that cover, right? You know who
Did
drew
someone
that
do a
cover?
cover of? Did someone do a cover of "Clap for the Wolfman"?
No. I'm talking about the artist on the painting.
Oh, Jack Davis.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack Davis from Mad Magazine. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. For
Okay.
my second Wall Puncher, it's the flip side of my first choice. Instead of a group that I love that has one offending song, we have a group that I hate, and I could have chosen any number of their songs as my pick. And another fun fact, this group, pound for pound, could quite possibly be the ugliest, smelliest combos of the 70s and 80s rock era.
Now I know where you're going.
Yeah, that group is Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show.
Oh, man.
And the
Cover of the-
song is Cover of the Rolling Stone. Oh, for added hatred, watch their performance of this on that pant load Wolfman Jack show, the midnight special from back in the day. It's on YouTube. Don't go now after this show. Go ahead and watch it.
Don't turn away. This is too good.
Yeah. You got Eye Patch Guy, Ray, has his shirt slit off his shoulder and he's prancing around all fancy like. Their lead guitarist looks like some inbred freak that wandered off the set of The Hills Have Eyes.
My goodness.
Their rhythm guitarist and the bass player look like twins. Unfortunately, they're twins that look like emaciated cats with Coke bottle glasses. And they wonder why they can't get on the cover of the Rolling Stone. Look, folks, they're trying to sell magazines, not drive people from the newsstands. And the song goes on about what a happening band they are and how much money they make and how many drugs they take, not to mention all the groupies that will do anything that they want them to do. And frankly, I'm not buying it.
Yeah. nothing
believe
gets the
me.
knickers wet like freaking
Yeah.
Sylvia's mother. Yeah.
But
I
didn't go ahead.
I could have chosen 5 or 6 songs from Dr. Hook. And if we continue to do Wall Punchers, they will show up many times.
Well, the
Many
thing is,
times.
didn't Dr. Hook, this is like, I know it's pretty much the same lineup, but as they morphed, they became we call it yacht rock band,
Yeah.
but they became like a light rock band that has nothing to do with Cover of the Rolling Stone.
Oh, no, that was like spending the night together. They had some like soft rock songs that I don't mind, but at their core, there is very strong hatred from
I
DC.
think their later hit, Baby Makes Her Blue Jeans Talk.
Oh my God. If you see the video to that, your head will explode like the movie Scanners. They're 2 guys, the lead guys on the band. They're like right behind this woman's rear end and they're like elbowing each other like they've never seen a nice ass on a woman before. And then it cuts to all these other men and they're going like,
Well, not only that, but what a horrible song title.
it's awful. Hey, I appreciate a nice derriere on a lady just as much as the next guy, but it is cringe. Totally.
Doc, DC holds back. You're holding back, DC.
I'll try to bring my A game next go round.
Oh,
Sorry
yeah,
about that,
look.
Dr. Funkenstein.
Kilroy, Todd is fueling the fire. He's getting DC all worked up.
Is that
All
the
right.
real cover though? Is that the cover?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow,
Look at that.
And it
Yeah.
actually
That is hideous.
that's a
Oh,
Man.
yeah, they've got all kinds of groupies.
Doesn't it look like the whole cast of SCTV in disguise? Like,
Where's John Candy?
well, that's like, I mean, look at the top. That is Eugene Levy.
that's
They also
Eugene
look like-
Levy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy right in the center at the top is the Hills Have Eyes guy. Guy at the
Yeah.
top right is one of the kitty cat guys. And the guy in the middle left is another emaciated cat.
Wow, this show's much more brutal than the first show. I'll give you
The
that.
guy in
Wow,
the left
you
is,
guys are a tough crowd.
the guy on the left is Warren Zevon's chunky brother, I think.
It kind of looks like Warren Zevon, doesn't it? All right, excellent. Wait a minute, was that one or did you do two?
I gave 2.
God,
Wolfman
it's hard
Jack.
to keep track with DC because it's so intense that I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah.
All right, let's throw it to over to BM Bolt.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, tonight's going to be a little different. Last time it was songs that I just utterly despised. Now it's I mean I still despise these two, I guess.
Okay,
Anyway,
be careful which one you
I'm going
start
to
out
kind of
with.
go I'm going to go a little more hair band this week this
Uh-oh.
time than I did last time. I did some Poison last time, but this time I'm going to do at least 3 hair bands. So, so I don't like hair metal for one thing, but one day I was out doing a bunch of yard work, and
Boy.
my neighbor was out, I don't know, washing his car, or, and detailing it or what. He was out there we were both out there for a long time, and he's playing music through his car stereo or whatever, and it was all this hair metal. That's the way he's kind of that kind of guy. He's a hair metal guy. And I'm just kind of suffering through it all, right? And then this song comes on, and I hadn't heard it in a decade at least, and I was like, God, that song sucks. But anyway, I'm gonna go with the Firehouse, Don't Treat Me Bad. I hate that.
No,
And talk about a horrible album cover.
that's true.
Isn't that hideous?
But
Quite like
I'm
it.
not gonna say much more. I just hate that song. It's just the name.
All right.
Maybe Don't Treat
Pretty
Me
much
Bad.
explains everything, I
I
guess.
don't like it.
All right.
That was a big MTV song. Big MTV song. I remember them playing.
That probably didn't help.
No.
One of the last hurrahs before Nirvana hit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with another hair band here. This song, oh my God. The song starts out with the chorus, and I just think this chorus is just lame. It's just bad. But then they break into the verses, and the verses are just musically, the verses are just terrible. It's like, oh, we got this catchy, lame chorus. Let's come up with some real shitty verses, musical verses for it. And I'm going with White Lion, Wait. God, I hate that song.
Oh
God,
man.
it's just brutal. At least
Wow.
Well,
nobody's chiming in on that.
When the Children Cry was worse.
I'm at a deficit with my hair metal bands. Like I'm not, unless it was on the radio.
It was okay.
That was a big hit though.
if I
too.
were, well, that doesn't mean it's good.
No,
But the
it
thing
was a big
is,
hit.
I don't know. I think I remember that song, but I'm not sure. Maybe.
Wait,
Pretty bad.
wait. I never had a chance to love you, or something like that.
They played that at a wedding.
Probably.
Wedding wall punchers, wedding reception wall punchers with Byron.
Yeah,
I just
Mike
can't
Tramp was
stand
singing that last week in Reading, but not in a wedding. Just figure I'd let you know.
Oh.
That's true.
On his solo
Wow.
album, right? On his solo trip, right?
That's right.
All
I
right.
feel like these hair metal songs were like written for women as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
Well, they were. Well, yeah, of
they were
course.
metal for women. These hair
Yeah,
bands, really.
that's
I don't know if you
Whatever.
can say that
Whatever,
now,
they made some
Byron, but
money.
okay.
But as a dude, I really didn't like these songs.
Well,
It's
All right, I get
true. When you go to a hair metal revival show these days, it is predominantly 50-year-old women having a great time, which is great.
I agree. You will see a lot of women at hair metal shows.
Mhm.
Cinderella and such.
Well, they look like women, that's why. They think that's an old girl band.
Well, speaking of men that look like women, no, I'm not bringing up. Well, I think I might bring this up. Poison, your mama don't dance.
Oh,
They did that?
That's a bad one.
that was so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, what for one, your mama don't dance isn't a great song anyway. I don't think. Why would you remake it? Huh?
YNT also covered that.
They did.
Why
It's
did
better
they
than
do it?
Poisons. It's probably better than Poisons.
I don't know. Was this a hit? Does anybody know?
A little
Was this-
better. Well, Poison's version was a top 10 hit, believe it or not.
God.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
who would ever
That's
buy
how hot
this? Because
Poison
we
was.
all know Poison's absolutely hideous. Though I will say I did see what's his name on the 80s cruise, and he was Brett
Yeah.
Michaels was
Michaels.
very good. I'll give him that.
And that's
No,
the band cover. You know that, right? That's the cover that got banned.
I'm putting it
Right,
on here to
yeah.
see if we get banned.
Oh, okay.
Just to see if it. Yeah, that is the band cover, but
Yeah.
I think it's hideous. I never want to hear it again. Now, another one I want to mention, we're in that same vein, is that in the late 90s, I worked at Godfather's Pizza in beautiful, scenic Marion, Ohio. Don't ask. I mean, what did I say? Late 80s. I'm sorry. What did I say? 90s? Jesus, I don't even know what year I'm in. But in the 80s, I worked there briefly, and there was a jukebox that played real 45s, kids, of course. And this song they played over and over and over again. If I ever hear it one more time, I might explode. And that would be Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me, 1987. They would, the women, I love women, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But the 80s women love this song. I don't know if they're going to be strippers. I don't know what they're aspiring to be. But they would play this over and over again. And you couldn't escape it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That's a good
Agreed.
stripper. No.
That's a great stripper tune.
Ugh,
Yeah.
horrible.
No doubt.
Hideous. And I think Martin Popoff said this is the worst Def Leppard album of all time.
Well,
Yeah,
it's,
zero.
I mean, to me, it's the most disgusting one of all time.
It's disgusting.
It is
Yeah.
because I mean, there's that classic albums documentary where they talk about, oh yeah, we love doing that early stuff, and that's what we're all about. But we really wanted to make money, so we thought, what will Americans buy? So it's soulless, it's tactless, it's disgusting corporate bullshit, and I hope they all burn in hell. But apart from that,
John Knowles says that YNT version of that Poison song of
well,
that Three
that's
Dog
low
Night
hanging
song was
fruit.
better.
Saying a lot.
It is
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
No.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. Kilroy hates that. Poison sucks whale blubber. Now, if that's not the quote of the night, I don't know what it is.
The gold star comment.
The Good Doctor said Poison, the band that made me happy when Nirvana wiped this stuff out.
Well, exactly. Sometimes movements have to be killed, and Nirvana did so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, we got a lot. My goodness, Brian, so much anger.
I'm trying to think who the band fucking are, but I'm guessing it's just fucking sucks.
Winger did have some good stuff on the first album. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard it. Oh, played constantly in strip clubs. I should have known. I've DJ'd them in the
DJ'd in them.
Oh, there you go.
what's DJ'd them.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Winger, nope. Hard pass next. Pull is a
Wow.
great album. Pull is that?
Third album by Winger.
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never heard it. All right. Anyway, so did I do two? Yeah, I did two. All right.
Yeah.
Davey, give us something.
Sure. So again, didn't have time to prep, obviously.
That's
so I'll just
okay. It's all good.
I'll just pull out some of the vitriol from within. A song that again was number one for. I think it was the biggest selling single ever in the UK until Elton John killed Princess Diana, so we could have another hit single.
Oh, ow.
Too soon. The Queen of Hearts. Too soon.
This might be too soon, Davey.
It's been 26 years. It's time for a joke. Mull of Kintyre by Paul McCartney and Wings. It is one of the most annoying, clawing.
I love
things.
Mull. Oh, okay.
But again, biggest selling single ever. So maybe if it was just one of those songs that you heard for a little bit and it disappeared, but over here it was massive. And yet to this day, you still hear Mull of Kintyre. And I've been to the Mull of Kintyre. It's just over the water. I'm pointing as if you can see it behind the. It's over there. It's over there. Yeah. So I mean, it's only a few miles from here, and
Right.
and it's just a dismal little place covered in rain and the occasional beetle, but there's nothing to it, and it turns into this awful bagpipe pish that plays into this Brigadoon stereotype, when actually in reality we're all just heroin addicts over here. That's much more realistic, it's more train spotting than Brigadoon. So yeah, that would be there. And then a song that's just, because we're doing two now, a song that's just clawing, and if I ever hear it again, every time I hear it, I want to just a song about friendship that actually makes me hate people more than like people. It's one of those like, oh, you should love everybody, but then I hate people more because of it. Ebony and Ivory. So there's a good pair. With the side by side on my piano, keyboard, oh Lord, what? Oh, fuck off. Just fuck right off. Fucking hell. And they couldn't even be bothered being in the same studio, so they just did it in silhouette. And so it's like, you're such good friends, you can't even be bothered turning up at the same session. So that goes down the rabbit hole, along with what was the other Stevie Wonder song about then that was completely.
Stevie kind of weaned out by that point.
I just called to say I love you. Might be the one you're thinking of.
That as well, but I'm thinking of That's What Friends Are For with Dion
Warwick and Elton John and who else?
I mean that Gladys Knight. I mean that just induces a diabetic coma. That song. I mean it's so treacly, That's what friends are, and you just know they're not all friends. As if Gladys Knight's having a, when she was having lady troubles when she was in her 40s, she was on the phone to Stevie Wonder or something. Fuck off. What a load of saccharine bullshit. And just, exactly. Stevie Wonder, the king of the early 70s, made the greatest music of the time. And then what does he do? I don't know. What is that 80s Stevie Wonder stuff? What is it? I will everything after, even Hotter in July, I think half of that is total nonsense as well. But the minute he made the concept album about plants, Stevie Wonder, a part of him, died.
Well, so cutting edge as Stevie Wonder was in the 70s. I mean, look at that catalog, Intervisions. Oh, my God.
Well, that's that 5-year period. And
he's brilliant. And Stevie's absolutely brilliant. Obviously. But what happened in the 80s? But there were a lot of these bands or artists in the 70s that couldn't make that leap, But I don't know. You would expected more from... You would expected more something from Stevie Wonder. I'm just saying.
Plus, I don't like him because I waved at him once after the concert and he didn't wave back. So,
No, I said some people still think that Stevie Wonder's not blind. You know that, right?
Is that crazy? Like a conspiracy theory or something?
I don't know. They still think that he's not. That he's faking it or something. I don't know. It's wacky. They still.
I don't know.
Talk about a long con.
Yeah. Tell me.
73.
There you go, Pete Brown, Davey. You're killing him.
I'm sorry. Please, I don't need another murder charge on me. I've just beat the last one, for goodness sake.
Well, wait. How many was that? Was that 1 or 2?
Probably 9.
That was like 3 for Davey.
Was that 3? Shit. I can't remember. I'm just getting all worked up. You know how I do this. All right. Well, let's go over to Ernesto. Ernesto, give us a couple.
This is my third. This is 1986. No, I don't know where everybody was in 1986, but I know where I was. And we weren't listening to this crap. It was being played on the radio. It was being played in convertible cars everywhere. It was Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone.
Yeah. Stick in your lane, Kenny. Stick in your lane.
And he sounds
Danger Zone.
It was
danger
so
zone.
bad.
I won't hear a word
Literally,
again
I
from
mean,
Maverick.
I don't know, but he can grow a
Archer
hell of a
16
beard.
Song.
Oh God. I think everybody was testing out their stereos when they would play this. I'm not kidding you. That would be played in every drive-through and every everything. And it was so big. It was such a big hit, you know, from that soundtrack alone. You know what I mean? That was the hit. That was the big song, you know. And oh my God, they just played the hell out of it and annoyed the shit out of me. I just did not like that song at all.
Wasn't that even the big song? I thought it was "Take My Breath Away."
Yeah, that one too. But for the guys, I think Kenny Loggins' "Danger Zone" was like the big one. You know, that
I
was
don't
for
know.
the,
I love the synths on "Take
you
My
know,
Breath
like Byron
Away."
says.
That's great.
I'll take Mighty Wings off that album.
The Cheap Trick
Yeah.
song?
Yeah, that's it. That's the good one.
Do you know
But
that's how big though? You're right, Ernesto. How big that soundtrack was that in the new Top Gun Maverick, the big
Yeah.
song from it is "Danger Zone." They just did it again. They used the exact same song.
oh God, terrible. I'm not saying anything bad of Kenny Loggins. I just didn't like the song. I didn't like.
Oh, I agree with you. I like Kenny Loggins.
Kenny
too.
Rogers.
Kenny Rogers. Well, Kenny Rogers.
You
Kenny
gotta
Loggins.
know.
Freudian
I don't-
slip there. We learned a
Yeah.
lot about you, DC. We're just now.
Yeah,
I like
But
Kenny Rogers.
that Kenny Loggins song is just stick in your lane. That hard rock stuff is not your thing. And I understand the producers wanted to use a couple different other groups that were more apropos to come up with a song called Danger
Right.
Zone. They turned them down. And finally, I don't know how Kenny Loggins got the gig, but man, do I hate that
Well,
song too.
We know,
I-
don't we? Because Footloose was a massive hit. So it was just he had a big soundtrack hit with Footloose, so let's just put him on the soundtrack to this as well.
Footloose is another one.
Yeah.
Danger Zone and Footloose really aren't that far apart.
Yeah.
They're both in that same wheelhouse, you know.
Yeah, you can't stop rock and roll, man. Any song like that, I hate. That's Footloose.
it's that song, man. It's like oof, too much.
But when
And you know
Danger
what?
Zone was out, it didn't really bother me. It didn't, it's not like I went out and bought it, but it didn't.
But it
The
got overplayed on the radio though, and on pop radio, rock radio, everything. You know.
But Top Gun as a movie is just one big music video anyway. It's like Rocky IV. It's not
that
a movie.
MTV era.
It's
you
one.
know?
It's one long music video. Rocky IV. You know, Hearts on Fire, No Easy Way Out. It's just one long music video. I guess it was the era, as Grant says, MTV.
Yeah,
But I
that's
mean,
my theory.
soundtrack. There's some great soundtracks. Let me tell you, this was not one of them, except for like maybe one song or one or two songs from the soundtrack. But
Well, that soundtrack sold a crap load.
yeah, I'm telling you, it was a hit. You know, but this song was just played too much, and it was just burned out. You know, so
Yeah, those John Hughes soundtracks were much better compared to this.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
A lot of those John Hughes films, you know, the She's Having a Baby soundtrack is absolutely brilliant the way it's constructed.
Yeah, there was a great box set last year, just compiling a 4-disc box set of all the John Hughes songs. Stunning curation. Before anybody was really doing that, people credit like Tarantino for curating his soundtracks and things. John Hughes was doing that years before.
He was doing it years before. Yeah.
So was Michael Mann. Michael Mann was good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that'd be after as well, wouldn't it? Because he was still doing with the Miami Vice at the time. But
Yeah.
All right, Ernesto, what's your next one?
So my number 2, another soundtrack song.
Yes,
Another
sir.
soundtrack song.
Mhm.
I can't. I'm gonna just tell you it
Oh,
came out
God.
in
Let's see.
1998,
Oh, no.
and it was from a big rock band that was playing.
should we
it-
guess it? Should we guess
Playing
it?
it soft,
Go on.
playing it really slow. It was Aerosmith's "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing."
Yeah. Yeah.
Overplayed, another one. Overplayed.
It's catchy,
I-
though.
It's catchy, but it was overplayed, and it was like a big ballad song. Everybody was listening to it. It pushed Aerosmith to the top again, technically, if you think about it, you know,
For the third time.
for the third time. It made them more commercial than ever, I think, you know, because everybody was listening to them. It wasn't just the rockers anymore, you know, it was the popsters and everything. And it just got played too much on the radio. I hated it, man. I just despised it.
How many careers has Diane Warren ruined by giving them, ironically, a massive hit, but they never have the credibility after that again.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
She
We
comes
were
in,
talking on the show
Massive
last
hit.
night about doing a show about how many careers Bob Ezrin ruined. Now we're going to have to do a show on how many careers Diane Warren has ruined.
Yeah, it's like Hot Shot, and she comes in, she gives you one massive hit, but your core audience just hate you forevermore. I mean, what were they doing after that? Honking on fucking Bobo, Jesus Christ!
This is a wedding song, right, Byron? So they play
Well,
this.
this is a wedding song.
They wrote way too many songs in this vein, or they performed too
These
many
power-
songs by somebody else in this same vein.
Yeah, power
Yeah.
ballad type stuff.
Yeah.
Epic.
Yeah,
It
Yeah.
just got out of control. It was like,
and they all did that about this era as well. Did like Def Leppard with Love and Hate Collide and things. They all
Yeah,
had
yeah.
their big, massive
Right.
production, and they were all
Yeah.
terrible.
See, this song, I hate to admit, but it doesn't bother me.
Oh yeah. It bothers me because I hate that movie as well. It's like a bad film and a bad song, you know?
Yeah.
And at the time when that came out in
like this
98, everybody was raving about that film. Remember
Oh,
that?
no,
Dangerous
no.
should have been on-
But by
Dangerous should
98,
have been
people
on-
had already turned on Michael Bay.
They did?
Yeah.
Well, us plain folk, we'd go see it and we thought, wow, look at the effects on
Well,
this.
us cinephiles were all ready to advance for the likes of that. But, yeah.
It's okay. I was, 88. Where was I? Oh, that was 98.
You were
Shit, I
88?
was in this house. Okay. Well, don't know what year is what, ladies and gentlemen. So you have to give me that.
But,
Oh, wait
yeah.
a minute. I think Aerosmith Rocks is overrated. Draw the Line has better stuff. Brian McFadden, come on. You're going to say all the Aerosmith
Wow.
people.
When we're talking about don't want to miss a thing, come on, don't say anything about for goodness sake.
All right. So that was your two. Yes. Kenny and Aerosmith. Let's throw it over to John the Music Nut.
Well, you might as well keep that graphic up there, Grant.
Okay. John the Music Nut.
Because that was one of mine, and oh god, this song was so bad. I just had to stop listening to new music and just had to work backwards at everything I missed.
Really?
This was horrible. And Get a Grip, that album from '93, that was the beginning of the end, because the album before that, Pump, was quite good, but in '93 they started doing the big power ballad thing and a bunch of half-assed rockers, and they were never the same. And this is their nadir. as far as-
Agreed.
I don't want
You guys evidently did not see the series on Ryan Gavalier's channel where we went through the entire Aerosmith catalog.
No,
I actually
And
haven't
actually-
watched the series. No,
Actually, those records, even though I sounded very much like all you gentlemen, where you're going, oh my God, that later period, absolutely hideous. Well, I don't think it was all that bad.
really.
Once I listened to it, I was under the impression that it was absolutely horrible. But and I'm not a big Aerosmith guy, but I think it is way overplayed. I think those records are a lot better than what people tend to.
You think they deserve a revisit? There is what you're saying, Grant.
I think you might want to take another
Life's
listen.
Too short. Life's far too short to revisit bad Aerosmith.
Unless you're going to do another show on it, and then you may want to dive into it, but you'll be okay not listening to them, But I don't think they're as bad as people make them out to be.
Kilroy here. Okay, they might be the only 3 good songs on Get a Grip. That's how I feel. It's just not. It's in his comment there.
Oh gosh,
You're not going to get crucified here. There's a couple of good songs on there. Isn't it?
Yeah,
See,
I think Jaded is a nice swing at Aerosmith doing kind of a power pop thing. I like that song, Jaded. I mean, but after Permanent Vacation, for me, it is very, very patchy. And I was a big time Aerosmith fan in the 70s, but after Permanent Vacation, very patchy catalog.
Although, do you remember
I agree with Todd here.
The thing that has always bothered me about that Aerosmith song is when he sings "I Miss You, Babe," and I don't miss.
And I don't want to miss a thing.
That's too many times to say "miss" in such a short time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Agreed.
true.
Well, what bothers me about Jaded is that do you remember who the love interest is in the video?
I'm telling you, Pete, I'm
it's
just
Liv
saying
Taylor.
it's not as bad as you think it is.
Steven Taylor's daughter plays the love interest in one of the Aerosmith songs. It's
That's
creepy
weird.
as
Ew.
Yeah. Yep.
Jaded
and I'm the
cranks.
one that jaded you.
I mean, it's all right. It's not. I don't know. It's not 70s Aerosmith, but hey,
Oh, no,
the thing in this
but-
in the series, you have to hand it to them because not many acts could make that transition from the 70s to the 80s as gracefully as Aerosmith could. Yeah, maybe like what Done with Mirrors, even though a lot of people like that. I didn't think that was a good record. But a little shaky there, but they were able to reinvent themselves over and over again, and you have to hand it to them. Think about it. All these guys are drug addicts, and look what they were able to do. You have to give them some kind of props, but
Yeah, but some
whether
some
you like
bands
them or not,
some-
but they
some
were
bands
able
are
to
only-
reinvent themselves.
Some
So
bands are only good when they're on the drugs. I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
that's true.
you know, the minute the Stones cleaned up, they became crap.
Glenn Hughes was great on the drugs.
Oh, a brilliant example. Yeah, the voice of rock, not the voice of heroin.
Yeah.
It was much better.
the voice of heroin. Wow, that's another quote of the evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Can we get that on a T-shirt? Get it out there in the marketplace right away.
Here
Right
we go.
away.
I'm going to make a new T-shirt. Grant's Rock Warehouse, the voice of heroin.
Plus, I can't take Glenn Hughes seriously because he saw David Coverdale's teeth and said, "I'll have those and then make them even bigger." I mean, it looks like Austin Powers these days. You know, it's huge chompers. He's like Ed the Wonder Horse. Awful. Looks like Mr. Ed.
He's still got a voice, man.
He's got nothing on Mr. Ed. Who?
And Glenn
yeah.
Hughes will be back out on tour next year, just to let y'all know.
Yes, I'm seeing him
back
next May. Literally, in fact, I'm doing it again over there. I'm seeing him over there.
Over
There
there.
you go.
Right
I'm-
down the road.
I'm seeing him down the road.
Not even down the road. It's literally just the next building over. He's
Make
playing
a left.
Next, the Mulligan Tires over there. Glenn Hughes is over there. This is
Todd, it took Aerosmith too long. Well, yeah, but they did. It doesn't matter how long it took.
that's a good point. By the late '90s, they sounded like the late '80s.
I
Right,
felt like it was
exactly.
overproduced. I don't know, too much. I don't know.
Well, I thought that too. I thought Permanent Vacation was a little bit more overproduced than what I wasn't a fan of that one so much, but everything else that came after didn't bother me so much.
Right.
But I don't know. It is what it is. I tried to go into that show with an open mind. So,
And
Yeah, I
now
mean-
for the number 2,
okay, yes.
I'm going to probably get some blowback here. I liked a lot of the early mid-90s music. It was a very exciting time. Things were changing. We were getting a lot of great genres out there. Having said that, I was never a Nine Inch Nails fan. And that Closer song,
No.
that felt like a song that was number 1 for 6 months, even though it was just a song that was on rock radio, but it was on every freaking hour for about 6 months. You couldn't avoid it, and it just killed me. I was never able to stand that song again. A buddy of mine said, "Your favorite part of the song is that little keyboard part at the end." I go, "Yeah, it's my favorite part because then I know the song's going to be over." It's terrible.
Is that the song or the album that was recorded in the Sharon Tate house? What album was that?
That I'm not sure.
Oh, maybe. Let me see.
I know that he's got the front door to that house.
What a creepy bastard.
Rand Kelly just came up with a gem of a comment. Hi, Rand.
Okay, here we go. Rand did more for Alicia Silverstone than themselves. She's the star in Crazy. The manager must have been completely clueless.
That's right.
Rand Kelly setting the planet on fire with his comments. Thank you, Rand. That's good.
Underrated comment there for the
Unrated.
clueless pun alone. That was very
Ooh,
good.
Brian
Exactly.
McFadden's dated somebody that looks like Alicia Silverstone.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Look at him. Get in there. Get
Get
in
your
there.
eyes checked.
Get in there. All right. Rand gets first prize. Alicia's still, I don't know. I haven't seen Alicia. Is she
Yeah,
still
she-
doing films?
Yeah, she's in a new movie called Reptile with Benicio del Toro, which is really good. So.
All right. So anyway,
Hey,
Nine
Grant,
Inch Nails. Huh?
The video was not recorded at that house. It was recorded at a hospital in Los Angeles.
What album was the one that was recorded at the?
Oh, I don't know. That's what we
All
were
right.
talking
Look
about.
that up, Ernesto. And check back with the group. All right, so 9 Inch Nail. All right, good. All right, let's go over to DC. He's probably all worked up by now. So get ready. I just
Round
want to
two.
say, everybody in the chat, get ready because
Round
DC's coming.
All right. Pick number 3 for tonight is a song that deals with a mid-70s pop culture phenomena.
I know what you're
The
talking about.
CB radio. Yes, it's
boy.
Convoy by C.W.
Oh, man.
McCall, and it blows. First off, what is the purpose of this song? You can't dance to it. It doesn't really have a melody other than the chorus, and it basically features stupid ham radio lingo. 10-4, good buddy. You got a copy on that big bed? Come on. This here's the rubber duck for sure. Sure looks good, buddy. Come on and join our convoy.
DC, what's
no
your 10?
thanks.
What's your 10-4?
I
Good
got
buddy.
no 10-4.
Well, think about it.
Who buys this?
But this was big. Think about it.
Who
Back when I
buys
was a
a
kid-
rec? I'll address that right at the very end. Who buys a record about truckers trying to evade the law with CB radio banter? I
Smoking
guess
the
it's the
Bandit
same-
fan.
You mean Smoking the Bandit?
Yeah.
Well,
was
that
the
wasn't a
70s, though.
song. That wasn't a song. But I mean, it's probably the same people that enjoy the taste of Elmer's glue, I'm guessing. And the way they play the song out, it's like an epic tale from the Old Testament. Who were the people who heard this on the radio and said, "Ooh, Convoy, turn it up"? I mean, aside from the aforementioned folks who breathe through their mouths.
Me.
So that's my third pick. I don't really need to elaborate more on it.
All right,
It's
I
just
got
a
it.
stupid song for
Also,
stupid.
But I have a story though, DC.
Well, I got
Okay.
a story too. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
When
let's
I
hear
was
'em.
a kid, this was such a big single. I had the single. Okay, they had a talent competition at Ohio State, Marion. Okay,
Please tell me you sung
Okay.
it. Please tell me you sung it.
I did a lip sync or a pantomime, whatever you want to call. I was 10 years old. I did a lip sync to Convoy. I won whatever contest at that.
no.
I swear to God.
Grant
And
won a date with Burt
I
Reynolds.
lip synced to Convoy. I was 10 years old. I won. I won a calculator. I won a free pizza at Campus Pizza Chef. And they heard about it at the elementary school that I was at, and they made me perform
my
it in front of the
God.
whole school.
That is a freaking nightmare scenario to me. Hey,
man.
Grant, maybe
I was
revisit that and put up a video on the Warehouse here of you recreating that
I
convoy.
think that's a damn
ditty.
good idea.
I think you should do it.
Basically,
that.
Grant, you invented TikTok, didn't you?
Yeah,
I did.
That's
pretty
all
much.
they do is,
I
is lip sync. Yeah.
I did say I give people a pass if you were under 12 years old.
Yeah.
Were you
Yeah, I
under
was
12,
10.
Grant? Oh, then you're good.
But when I was a kid,
no worries.
CB radios were big. We had one in our car, and it was a big
No
deal.
worries.
It was like, well, you guys remember that if you were around, it was a big deal having a
It was.
CB. It was big.
We
Hey,
had the home units too. Remember the home units?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a CB radio story from back in the day. My girlfriend at the time and her older sister and her husband, we were driving to some event somewhere, and this is like 3:00 in the morning, and they got the CB radio in there, and her sister goes, and there's dead silence, just static. She gets on there and says, "Hey, do we got any horny truckers out there?" Yeah, 10-4. Wait, well, where's your hand? It was like all this cacophony of like 17 different truckers barging. It was hilarious.
Yeah, there are some ready.
But there's also it's a recurring theme this evening because that was from a movie as well, Convoy with Chris Christopherson.
That was a
Yeah.
good movie though.
Yeah, so God, it just shows you how many awful soundtracks are out there.
There were a lot of awful ones in the 70s, you have to admit.
Really
A lot
quick.
of novelty hits too. I mean,
Yeah.
you had Kung Fu Fighting the year before this.
I will not hear a word against
But that-
Carl Douglas.
Yeah, but that's got melody. It's corny and everything, but this convoy thing is just banter and just nonsense.
It is of the
Ah.
time.
Yes.
Here, really quick. I think CW performed that on American Bandstand.
Oh yeah,
I
he was
think-
on the Mike Douglas show. I
Yeah.
looked it up on YouTube. He did that stupid thing on like 7 or 8 variety shows back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, Broken is that record, that 9 Inch Nails record. Okay.
Oh, okay. See? But yeah, he did the little thing with the fake mic
Yeah,
and
he's up there. Yeah.
everything.
Looks like we got ourselves a convoy.
D
My
Rocker
God.
has spent untold hours on the CB.
Well, see?
Oh, that's
what you
fine.
did when you
That's
were a kid.
fine as long as you don't do a song about it and just talk about how you're trying to evade the law.
It was the
You know what?
70s.
If you didn't have an AM radio, you had a
Oh,
CB radio.
Rob, for a
That's it.
man who draws cartoons. Now it sounds like Rachel's channel. For a man who draws cartoons, I'm surprised by his convoy pick. It's novelty, DC. It's just a
It's a
novelty
very
song.
narrow path. What I think is funny with that sort of stuff, and that convoy song just rankles me, and it rankled me back in the day.
Plus, you don't get a discount because songs are novelty, do you? You know,
No, not in my world.
Oh yeah, Burt Young.
Oh,
Yeah, well.
oh well.
Yeah.
Now, Rocky. Now, there's a fucking theme tune. you know?
No, that
Yeah.
was
There you go.
that was probably bigger than this.
Vince DiCola versus, what's his name? C.W. McCall? Yeah.
All right,
All right,
you
what's
ready to
your
move
next-
on? And
Of-
my
of
next
course.
one. For my next pick, let's go back to the heyday of MTV with a group that was and still is very popular. And although I like a few of their songs, this cover version of a Dylan tune is like nails on the chalkboard. And the group is Guns N' Roses, and the song is
Oh,
Knock, Knock, Knocking on Heaven's Door.
absolutely hideous.
Believe me. Believe me, if I was Peter and heard that caterwauling outside the gates of heaven, I'd slam him shut. That knuckleheaded warbling is horrible. He thinks he's all poignant, and it's just all scattershot. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Hey, hey, hey. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Oh, God.
To double your anger, watch them perform the song live. And you'll see Axel doing that slithering
dance.
snake little dance and everything. Then they'll show the audience, and them nitwits are all singing along and pounding their fists and everything.
DC, you got to
It
be
just-
careful. You're going to
yeah.
upset the whole Guns N' Roses community.
I'm
No,
sorry,
listen,
but
I am a
it's
massive GNR fan, and I cannot fucking stand that.
it sucks dead donkey dick. It's awful. That's it. I'm done. That's goes with my
Wow.
next.
Don't forget the gospel breakdown in that song.
Oh yeah,
too.
the gospel singers. Yeah, horrible. You got it,
Oh.
John.
Bad.
The
Terrible.
weirdest thing for me about the two Guns N' Roses Usual Illusions is that they both had the lead single as a cover of a movie song, just like some of the other ones we're talking about, because the other one was Live and Let Die from the other album, and this is a cover of the song from Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, which is where the Dylan song comes from.
Mhm.
So what the fuck was that about? Why were they just taking 1973 specifically songs, bringing them up to the 90s and Guns N' Rosing them? Oh God! I mean, Dylan should have sued for that. To be honest, I mean, that was an insult. You know?
Like
It's horrible.
GNR hate that version. Okay. Wait a minute. Rand Kelly, very controversial in the chat. I've always said if it wasn't for Janis Joplin, there would never have been an Axl Rose.
I don't really see the correlation there myself.
I don't see the correlation either. I thought Janis was
I
absolutely.
do.
You do? Janis
That
Joplin.
shrieking voice.
No, there's plenty of shrieking
No,
voices.
no, you're no.
Yeah, but
That's
his
stretching.
streaks were Janice-like.
Don't worry.
I don't know. This is controversial. In the chat, we want to hear about your opinion on Janis Joplin.
Unless Rand has some secret information that Janis was actually his mother, that would have been quite a conspiracy theory. Yeah.
Grant's Rock Warehouse, the sound of heroin.
Whoa.
Everyone to look at.
Lock and overload with a chick back then.
I think you've.
I'm not sure what that means.
What would we decipher that comment? Here's a word from our sponsor.
Actual is still going strong and raking.
Yeah, but his voice is
And
shot. His voice
he's
is shot.
raking in small
deer.
Female woodland creatures.
Yeah.
Hats off to him.
Yeah.
Danger Zone, Power of Love were big movie. I like the song Power of Love though.
I do too. I don't like Danger Zone. Power of Love.
Is Power of Love Karate Kid?
No power. What? No, that's
John.
Back
to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future.
Lewis.
What's the one I'm thinking? Is it Glory of Love? What's
Glory
the
of Love.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter Cetera.
Yeah, that was.
Axel
fucking
tries to
awesome.
sound like her. I don't know if he's trying to sound like her though.
He's not trying to sound like her. His
No.
voice is so shot now. It's bad. It's not good.
All right,
Nothing.
Rand likes. Okay, that's good. As long as you like her,
Janis,
that's good.
but, you know.
That's like apples and oranges. You can't compare Janice to Axel. It's hard.
Oh, Uncle Meat. Paul McCartney's Christmas Time could be the worst song ever recorded. Yuletide Puncher. No.
I like it.
I like it too.
It has a lot of the trappings of that era. I think if he re-recorded it and got rid of some of the
Hey, if the
80s
Beatles would have
embellishments.
recorded it, you would have said something else.
It's not even his worst Christmas song. That would be the frog chorus. The frog chorus is whether
I never heard that one.
that's his worst Christmas song. There's nothing wrong with that.
Axel left from Beverly Hills Cop.
Well, see, that's annoying because it's actually a 3-second song that just repeats.
Yeah, Randy, you mean that Janice and Axel moved and danced in a similar way? Is that what you're talking about?
I think that's what he's trying to say. But Axel stole his moves from Davy Jones. Come on, everybody stole their moves from Davy Jones.
Well,
that
if you
one
think
thing that's-
about it,
Yeah, that
think about Davy
Daydream
Jones back in the
Believer,
day.
that Daydream Believer thing.
Oh
is
my
Axel-
God, you
Axel
are
stole that
100% right.
Ernesto.
It's a Davy Jones move.
Yep.
Davy
Okay.
Jones, man. He had the
Martin's
moves before
here.
anybody. Come on.
Oh, look, here we go. Martin Pop, ain't Aerosmith Angel. Every chord change, lyric sound, every power bad. Blah, blah, blah. I say that fast. Every
Ballad.
power bad ballad
Ballad.
travesty. God, I can't.
Jesus.
Well,
Talk-
we just beat up I Don't Want to Miss a Thing for 10 minutes. So.
We just beat it up for 10 minutes. Well, all right. Well, so where DC? Wait a minute. Where did you do two?
I did my two. And now
Okay,
we're
let's
over
throw
to
it over
Byron.
to Byron. Good luck, Byron.
Jeez.
Man, this group tonight.
Wake me up.
Wow.
Oh, you go.
All right. I'm going back to the hair metal one more time.
Okay.
This song just annoys me. I mean, I'm not saying the singer's got a bad voice,
Right.
but his voice is just way too high. And it's always
where you're
way
going.
too high, it seems like.
Okay. All right.
So I'm gonna go with a song called "I'll Never Let You Go" by
Yes!
Steelheart. I mean, okay, listen to some of these lyrics. Angel eyes, you have angel eyes. Such a smile lights up my life. Oh. You're a dream come true. Now I'm holding you, and I'll never let you go. I will never let you go. First time I laid my eyes upon you, all my dreams were answered. First time I kissed your tender lips, my love to you, I surrendered. Oh.
The only thing that differentiates that from a Paul Stanley lyric is that, or Gene Simmons, is no one's getting down on their knees begging for me, please. Here's my love gun. Something like that. It's close, but not quite there.
I would rather have the Love Gun lyrics. Seriously. This is just totally.
You can't even listen to it in a car. You'll be like,
I mean,
they'll throw tomatoes at you.
this is just totally pandering to some chick to try and get in the pants. That's all it is.
Martin's late. I already beat up on that song tonight. That was one of my picks. Horrible. What a horrible. And isn't it true, Martin? You hate that record. You hate Hysteria. Isn't that true?
Yeah, Martin needs to go back and watch the full show. A lot of his most hated tunes came up tonight.
You know, the problem with Steelheart, though, is that they came on when everybody was doing cheesy songs like that. I mean,
Yeah. It
it
was
was all the
that
same
whole
formula.
genre, man.
Yeah,
It just,
all the
it
same
just-
formula.
Oh, God. You can name, Poison. Every damn song Poison ever wrote seemed to be like that.
What year did that come out?
No, I don't know.
What?
90. That's
Oh,
really
well,
early.
1990 when right before Nirvana hit. They only had a little lifespan before everything imploded.
Wow.
All right.
Wait a minute, Rob Secure Me's that bald guy doesn't like hair metal. What a surprise! No offense, I'm bald too.
That sucks, man.
Oh, Martin just finished the Contrarians Club Ninja Dark Horse. Make rock, not war. So, yeah, we got a lot going on tonight.
That was a good DC. I mean, not DC.
Wait, Gene Simmons is a poet thespian. I want to put my log in your fire. From the Christmas album.
Gene Simmons is one of those guys who's obviously self-aware that everybody thinks he's a bit of a twat because he's got that album called Asshole, but still, he's a prick. You know, it's like he can't confess enough to being an arsehole. So, yeah. Not letting him away with it.
I do have to admit, though, Byron, I don't think I've ever. You know what? When I was
you need to listen to this song.
Well, Steelheart by 1990, since everything was puttering out, I think this might be the first time I've ever seen that album cover when I was putting this together, and I'm not even sure if I've ever even heard the song. So
remember the song? They played it on the damn radio on MTV.
They got played a lot.
MTV.
It was bad.
Okay. All right, here's one I've always hated. Give Me Some Lovin'.
Which
by who? By
Spencer Davis Group.
Spencer Davis Group.
Oh, I like that.
Helix played that song too.
That's
which
they have a
version?
different song. Give me some love.
Yeah, that's Helix.
Give me some. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
You
So
ready for my next one?
give you good luck again. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. So actually, I'm going with a band this time that I really like.
Okay.
One of the quintessential metal bands of all time. I think somebody mentioned a track of theirs last episode. John. He already knows who I'm talking about, I think.
I know what you're talking
We're
about.
going with Judas Priest. Now, they've got a lot of bad songs, but I'm going to go with this Parental Guidance.
Yeah,
Because,
it's terrible.
I mean, it starts out with this like 38 special guitar lick, ding, 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 ding. It's like, okay, where's the power chords? But they're not going with that at all. And then, basically the song is about teenage angst and rebellion. And they're a bunch of 30-some-year-old guys, and it just doesn't work, I think, when you get to be that old. I mean, the lyrics are like, every day you scream at me to turn the music low. Well, if you keep screaming, you'll make me deaf.
You'll make me deaf, And
I'm just like, come on, man. You guys should be rocking and talking about, monsters and
motorcycles,
mature stuff
and leather pants,
leather things,
laser beams and large-breasted women,
fog machines.
fog machines.
I think Johnny B. Good's better than Parental Guidance. To be honest with you.
Oh, look! Oh my goodness!
They're both horrible.
Rob, thank you for the
Rob.
dono. We like that over here in the warehouse. It helps.
So
With
The
the
warehouse
heroin.
to continue.
Yeah.
It helps with the heroin. Which there's no heroin over here.
That goes
That's
into the
enough
crack
for one
vault.
beer.
I actually listened to
We can't talk about Gary Glitter, Martin. Come on, don't
We
stop.
can't bring up Gary Glitter. You can't talk.
I
about
actually
Gary
listened to
Glitter.
Nostradamus in the car about a week ago.
You
Man,
did?
it was brutal. It was
No,
brutal.
I don't.
fine. Nostradamus is fine. I
don't have a problem with Nostradamus.
You know
It
the
was
problem with
brutal.
that?
I don't. I think it's. I don't have a problem with it.
There's maybe two or
Brian.
three decent songs on there. The rest is just
Although I will say,
You know what it
that-
was, Byron?
whack.
I think what happened is when that album came out, they were getting sued. Remember? There was a time when they're getting sued,
They're always
and it
in
was like
some
a
legal
big,
battle.
it was a big thing because those kids killed themselves. Remember? Do you remember that?
That was a couple years after Turbo.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
in
okay.
'88, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Nostradamus
It
was
was
like
Ram It Down.
2008.
Yeah,
that
Loch
was
Ness,
bad.
one word, Martin. Good one. Yeah,
Loch Ness.
Yeah, that sucks too. Yeah.
That's over there
Yeah.
as well, by the way.
John,
Loch Ness is over there.
Didn't you? What was the one you mentioned the last time, John? Was
Johnny
it
Be
Johnny Be Good?
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
But there's another one like the theme we've kind of been working around. That was clearly their attempt to get on a soundtrack, wasn't it? Because there was the movie Johnny Be Good at exactly the same time.
Correct.
So
Sure.
Yeah, and they showed snippets of the movie in there. Yeah.
yeah, and it just did not work, did it? But
I think Turbo is. I like Turbo now better than I did 30 years ago. But yeah,
Right.
Martin's pointing out there are some real turds on that album.
well,
You know what?
the
Turbo
reason
is
you
more
can't talk about
funny now.
there's other reasons
listen
not to
to
bring
it.
up Gary Glitter, Martin. We can't. The discourse.
Well, what
Right.
was the? I'm just throwing this out there. What was the problem with Turbo? They didn't have enough material? Did the record company say, you know what, we need to get you back into the studio? What was it? What was the problem with Turbo other than the production? And
Well, the guitar synthesizers were
Yeah.
way up in the mix. They didn't sound like a metal band anymore. And number two, they pandered their lyrics, which were kind of hit and miss anyway. They were pandering to 10-year-olds.
Yeah,
And
they
were
were
songs
way
that-
too MTV.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, the lyrics were corny. They made Def Leppard's lyrics look good. I mean, like listen to
And this was 80.
Rock You
this
All
was
Around the
86.
World had a good
Mhm.
Rock You All Around the World had a good riff, but the lyrics were the
Yeah.
worst. Even
Yeah.
just
Starting
as
to
bad
have
as Parental Guidance.
crossover hit singles on British Steel, and then they really started chasing it with Turbo. And the worst thing you can do is start chasing hit singles for a band
Yes.
like that.
It was very poppy though. It was very.
I don't
poppy.
like Wild Nights, Hot and Crazy Days either. That's
Poison. Yeah, it sounds like a Poison song.
it's terrible.
It's bad.
best
Half the
songs on
album's
there
good,
are
half of it.
Turbo Lover and Reckless. What's the
Yeah.
panel think?
And
You
Locked
agree?
In. I thought
Locked
Locked In was
In.
great.
Locked
In.
Locked In kicked ass.
So
But if you
Turbo
listen
would
to
have been
it-
an okay EP
Yeah,
if you
listen
would have
to
knocked
it.
off all the other
We
songs.
always called it Turdo back in the day.
Turdo.
Yeah,
And they originally
one of
wanted
those
to make that a
albums that
double
could make
album.
a decent EP, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The
So-
big generator thing, you know. Make
So
a great
Byron,
EP.
all right. So Byron, you did your
I'm
two.
done. My two, yeah.
All right. Let's see what I've got. God help me. Okay. Okay. Here's another one. Motley Crue, Smoking in the Boys' Room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, the original version I don't have a problem with, but did we need another version of it? Did we?
I didn't
No.
need one version.
We
Anything
didn't.
after their first two
No.
albums, you can probably throw into this list.
So did Motley Crue? Couldn't Nikki
lot of it,
Sixx
yeah.
write enough songs? Why are we doing Smoking in the Boys' Room? And they still play this a lot.
But you know what though? Who listens to Brownsville Station? Nobody.
Well, nobody.
Well, because that's why if they made this cover, people would probably say, "Hey, let's go listen to some Brownsville Station," because nobody's heard this song. I mean, I would go listen to them because I want to hear the original. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I would rather listen to the original.
Yeah.
I would. But anyway, I don't know what the deal was. What album was this on? Do you guys know? It doesn't matter. Was it on
Theater of
Theater of
Pain.
Pain?
Yeah.
Which was a painful album to listen to. It's bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like 3 or 4 good songs tops.
Because she's called Album of Pain.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. Okay. But I don't like it. I don't want to hear it again. So there that. But this is another song which it's a catchy ditty, but the lyrical content, I just can't handle it. And if it's played now, it makes me just cringe. And I don't want to come off as racist because it's a woman. But I'm
that
going to go
snake-
with Lita Ford, Kiss Me Deadly, because this is the dumbest song on the planet.
Oh, but look
Yeah.
at
I
Lita
went
Ford,
to a
though.
party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid. I got it. Is this Gene Simmons territory? I didn't get laid, but I got in a fight. It ain't no
It ain't no
big
big
thing.
Ain't no big.
Late for my job and the traffic was bad. Had to borrow $10 from my old man. Ain't no big thing. Come on, people. Lita. Oh.
She's playing at Penn State in a couple of days. I'm probably going to that show.
I just don't think I don't think it's good.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
night
here we
out.
go, Martin. Here we go. The
Yeah, Martin's
Flames,
doing
not
way
good. Great choice. The brutal version, also Home Sweet Home. Oh,
Sweet Home's
Scott
one of the
Geese
best
is in the
songs.
thing. Crocus Ballroom Blitz.
Yeah.
Scott Geese, that's a good point because why did that
Agreed.
need redone? Because the sweet version is absolutely perfection. Why would it ever need to be redone?
Because Brian Conley looks like somebody's uncle, and they thought they could have a hit single by covering it. Yes.
What does everybody think of the new Priest song Panic Attack?
It's fine,
well,
but it's
check out Martin Popoff's mini review on the Contrarians.
There you go.
I don't understand why everybody wants KK back in the band. They sound fine at what they're doing, and KK was the mastermind of Nostradamus. So people hated that, but they want KK back. I don't get it.
Yeah.
What was the guy that was in Brownsville Station, Cub Coda, that ended up doing album reviews?
Yes.
Yeah, Cub Coda.
Yeah, so I mean, he was good at that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They were an energetic band. If you see, particularly again, Midnight Special, the Brownsville Station on there, they're actually pretty humorous and very energetic. I mean, not the greatest rock combo, but they put on a good show, I think.
I'm always
energy-wise.
I'm always very wary of bands that try and be fun on stage because it tells me they're trying to cover up how crap they are. You know, it's that Three Dog Night kind of thing where it's like, you've got no talent whatsoever and you're just trying to be a fun night out, aren't you? You miserable pricks.
Watch out, Uncle Meat. You might set the Rush people might revolt.
Yeah.
If anybody on Rush fans sees that, I'm
never
doomed.
talk about Rush. Yeah.
Never talk about Rush.
To be
He and I
fair, a
love
lot
Hold
of
Your
Rush
Fire.
fans don't like that song though.
City Boys Blues was awesome on that.
I
On
didn't like
what?
that song. On Theater of Pain, Motley Crue.
Oh yeah.
I don't Motley Crue. God. Soundtrack movie comedy Christmas.
No,
Offer.
I
Did
talked
you-
about it.
No, we talked about it.
Talked about it.
Directed by Sam Peckinpah, no less.
Agree with Kiss Me Deli. Just awful. Should have been better than that. I don't have a problem with the melody and
It ain't
all
no
that.
big
I
thing.
just think it needs better lyrics. You know,
Right.
the fact that Lita went out and couldn't get laid, I don't understand that lyric
big
for
thing.
one, because I don't think she would have had a problem. But
It was a Tupperware party.
oh, God. Just trying to understand what Lita's problem was. Maybe she had BO. I'm not sure.
She had a boyfriend, she said, though. So
Was
why
that
is
when she was dating Lemmy? Was that in that era?
In the second
God.
verse, she talks about her boyfriend. So why is
Talking
she?
about B.O.
Oh, wait a minute. Had a few beers, getting high, sitting watching the time go by. Ain't no big thing. Nothing to eat and no TV. Looking in the mirror, don't get it for me. Ain't no big thing.
It's amazing that Bob Dylan's the only guy in popular music to win a Nobel Prize for Literature, isn't it? When stuff like that exists.
Yeah. Convoy came out when BJ and the Bear was a show in prime time NBC. I remember BJ and the Bear.
Yeah.
In fact, my cousin
Well,
loved
obviously.
Greg Evigan. She drugged me to the fairgrounds in Columbus, Ohio. I had to stand in line to meet Greg Evigan because she loved him.
No.
I'd imagine if you Google BG and Bear, you'll get some rather interesting results that are probably
Yeah.
nothing to do with Greg Evans.
That's a good tip, Joe. Davey, do not search
Yo.
BJ and the Bear
No.
on Google. Come as you are is a stolen
Okay,
word
right.
from me.
We had a whole Contrarians episode about Nirvana rip-offs. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole again.
Yeah. Could do without Y&T Summertime Girls. Well, that's
It's
just
actually a fun song.
Not bad.
I like that song.
yeah, baby. We were 11. Yep, Grant. You got to check your messenger. I've got some work in the morning. Okay, I will. I'll check them both out. Like Judas Priest better than the new KK album. Oh,
But you're getting two albums, so, you know,
And then
isn't
KK, all he
that
does
better?
is complain. All he
did
does
I
is
already
complain.
do my two or did I do one?
Yes, you did. I think both, didn't you?
Oh yeah. God, look at all the comments. We still have one more round to go. Dave, do you have one you can pull around? This is going to go, and then we'll go around one more time. We got one to go.
generally speaking, I'll just throw in all the awful, incredibly poppy Phil Collins Genesis songs. People say it starts with Susudio. I think no. It starts as early as Follow You, Follow Me, whatever the hell it's called.
I think that's brilliant.
I would agree.
I
with
think
that.
Disagree, strong.
No,
Disagree.
I think
Loves that
it's
song.
terrible. I think it's terrible. I think it
No.
ruins, and then there were three. And I think that Phil Collins in the 80s completely solidified the Genesis sound, killed it completely, and turned them into dad rock, which led to fucking Ray What's-His-Face joining from Stiltskin, and completely ruined their own legacy. So.
But think about it, Davey. How long could Genesis milk that Prog thing? Prog was out of style. It was running dry. They had to do something. And think about it. These guys really knew how to write a pop song.
Well, by that standard, we should all just have YouTube channels talking about how great Marvel and Star Wars is, because it's more popular than what we actually do, isn't it? So sometimes you just need to accept that what you do has artistic merit rather than commercial merit. Susudio is the worst thing that happened, but it did start as early as 77 for Genesis.
Yeah, but that's technically, though, Susudio's Phil Collins solo. Phil Collins and Genesis, I still see a division there, you know?
No,
you don't?
The minute he has that hit, he comes in and Invisible Touch becomes Phil Collins and Friends. But
think about it, Davey.
Again.
A lot of those great pop songs are Mike Rutherford songs, more than Phil.
Oh, so we're defending Mike and the Mechanics now, who were the most quintessential dad rock.
I'm talking about Genesis. I'm not talking about Mike and the Mechanics.
Mike Rutherford couldn't write a suicide note, for goodness sake. It's terrible. After 85, 86, there's nothing redeeming about Genesis whatsoever. Nothing.
Was she married? Oh, it was Tony Iommi.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they got married. They dated.
It was Billy Sheehan too.
Well, she got around. But she didn't get laid, from what I understand.
Tony Martin was having lunch with Tony Iommi yesterday. So
Really?
maybe there are a couple, who knows?
Yeah.
Tie a yellow ribbon. When I was a kid, boy, that was popular.
You know what Tony Orlando and Don were selling back in the 70s was vaudeville.
Yeah.
And that was like 50 years old music form. That's what their thing was. It was vaudeville.
Yeah, were they the ones that did Knock 3 times?
Don't you think?
What's that?
The Osmonds.
Exactly, Martin. Thank you.
Maybe not Crazy Horses or some of
See, none of that stuff bothers me. Ooh, Brian McFadden. My goodness. Forget dad rock. These days they're getting grandpa rock from our rock idols. Well,
That's great.
Abacab's my favorite album of theirs, though. Thoughts on that, Davey? Abacab?
It's fine because, again, it's not full. Wait a minute, Phil's selling 1 million records all of a sudden. We should just adopt whatever he's doing and call it Genesis. The minute they start doing that.
So what do you think of Paperlate? I think Paperlate's brilliant, but it's no different than Follow You, Follow Me. It's all in that same.
Oh, it's different. It's not.
How is it different?
It's not as soppy. The production is nowhere near as soft. I mean, that from what's that, 77? It's bland, boring.
I think that's an
nonsense.
outtake from Abacab.
Over here, it would just be Radio 2 crap.
Paperlate is a Earth, Wind, and Fire style song, just like a lot of the other things that Phil.
It's like Phil's solo when he used the Earth, Wind, and Fire horns.
Yeah, it is.
Oh no, literally, he used Phil Bailey. Never mind the horns. Phil Bailey and him did Easy Lover. So
Right.
Yeah. Well, anything by Blood, Sweat, and Tears in Chicago. 60s songs with horns. Uh-oh. Todd Evans.
I love old Chicago.
Oh my gosh, this is still on. Todd Evans, I need your opinion on this.
It's still going.
Martin Popoff says anything by Blood, Sweat, and Tears in Chicago
here we go.
is horrible. I want to hear what Todd Evans has. Todd, we're still on here. I don't know how. You guys got to check out Mud Tiger Feet. The video.
I love.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know that song? Was that not a hit in America? I really love your tiger feet. I really love your tiger feet.
No.
It's the worst of Gary Glitter and Shawadi Wadi, that kind of thing, all melded into one for 5-year-olds.
Is it kind of like Barbie? What's that one song? Barbie World. It's Is it
No,
kinda
No,
like
no,
that?
it's more again. It's more Shawade Wade, Shannon, 5-year-old
Okay.
version of old school rock and roll kind of thing. Oh, don't mention Limp Bizkit. That's far too low hanging fruit.
I love Genesis.
But again, that's before Invisible Touch, so it's before Studio, so it's before the year that I'm really talking about. Because at least that
Okay.
has.
Well, you're still bringing up Follow You, Follow Me and all
because
that.
I said that's pardon the pun, the genesis of it. It was
Ooh,
there
like
earlier.
Yeah. Hey, Todd, we're talking Rush again in the chat.
No, we weren't. Please, Rush fans.
No
Rush fans
Rush.
are like Scientologists,
Rush.
man. They will come for us.
Pete Brown, Uncle Meat, how about Roland by Limp
no.
Bizkit,
Come
Total
on,
Crap.
that's far too low hanging.
It looks like Bon Scott dancing with a dude in the go watch it. You'll die laughing.
Nah,
I have to check it out.
Tiger feet.
So I went. Oh, so wait a minute. Lita's still up there for God's sakes. Well, that's fine. It's a good photo.
That's fine.
Ernesto's up.
Ernesto, go ahead. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm not
This
doing a
is
very
gonna-
good hosting
this is gonna
job
be- I
tonight.
think DC talked about this one in the first one, but I'm going to mention it because it was on soundtracks. It was on FM radio here in the States. It was one of those songs that was just fucking annoying. It was 1991, and it was the Spin Doctors, Two Princess.
Okay.
You couldn't
God,
escape that. You couldn't
no,
escape
you could not. It was the worst of the worst. Oh my God. It was everywhere.
it. They sold so many records.
Yeah.
But they were a Hootie and the Blowfish type, weren't they? Because that one record sold a million copies, and then the next record sold 14. It's because nobody gave a
You
shit.
go through the cheapy CD bins, and guess what you see?
I don't know who was listening to this. I really don't. I mean, no.
It was on the radio. I mean,
I know.
it must have
That's
sold a
what's great.
crap load.
And it's another
Yeah.
one of those songs that nobody knows the words for, isn't it? It's what just vaguely, Princess. So go ahead now.
Yeah, it was annoying.
Go ahead. Now.
Until Ernesto brought this to my attention, I had no idea what the name of that song was.
Yeah.
That was so bad, man. I mean, oh God.
Yeah, I don't know who brought that. I didn't bring that one up. That might not have been up there the first time around. I don't think that one came up.
Oh wow.
All right,
I'm glad I brought it up. It
good one.
was bad.
John the Music Nut.
All right. Well, I'm going to have a lead in for this one because
Okay.
I admire people who are scrappy and who have a lot of perseverance, like this singer who was selling CDs out of the trunk of his car for a while. And then he made it big, and to the point where he had a tour where he would bring out a great classic rock band and keep the ticket sales really low and keep the beer sales, the beer prices and the ticket prices really low. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I do.
Okay. Well, right around this time, maybe it was a little before that, he became the ultimate hack. And it's Kid Rock, and the song is All Summer Long.
Oh.
Which
is
was
that
the song of the
Warren
year.
Zevon ripoff? Yeah.
It was the Warren Zevon, Leonard Skinner ripoff. And it's just a complete
It's
hack.
horrible. It's horrible.
It is horrible. And like, again, I admire his perseverance and his drive.
No,
But I do no. But before he came out with this song, okay.
But he was a rich kid though. He was never struggling. He could afford to go at the back of his car and sell records. His father's a millionaire.
I didn't know his father was a millionaire, to be honest.
It comes from LA, a really, really fancy district. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, but
He plays a redneck really well, though.
Yeah.
Okay,
He is
all
good
right,
at
maybe
it.
you're right there. But it's just this. But my point is, I mean, he had perseverance, and then he put this out, and it was just a hack song. I mean, you can't even say he introduced good music to a new generation, because the new generation always knew these songs because they were all over the radio anyway. And you know what was bad? I went to see Skinner and ZZ Top about 2 months ago, and Uncle Cracker opened. And he goes, I wrote this song with my friend Kid Rock. And I'm like, and they did that song, and people were, I was like, time to.
Does anybody
I'm
even
going to the
remember
bathroom.
Uncle Cracker?
No.
I've heard of the name. I couldn't tell you
He
what.
had that one hit. Follow you, everything is all right. I'm
he
the
remade-
one to tuck you in at night. Oh, God.
And he remade Dobie Gray's Drift Away too, and made that a big hit also. But he didn't change the song at all. It was just a lot less soulful. But anyway, all summer long, Kid Rock. Ah.
Day after day, I'm so confused. In the pouring rain.
That's a bad one.
Wow, the soul coming out of you, Davey.
Yeah, no, I'm barely Kid Rock.
But, all right, DC, what's your neck? We're winding
Okay.
things down, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, for my
Thank you,
final
Gilroy
pick.
here.
My final pick of the evening is a sorry excuse for soul pop. It's a mega stinker from 1984 that features all the horrible tropes of pop music from that era. It's got that shitty mechanical program drum beat along with the cheesy keyboard sound. And it's Denise Williams with Let's Hear It for the Boy.
Hear it for the
Okay.
boy.
Or as it should be titled, I'm Dating a Loser. Why in the hell should anyone be talking up this guy? Let's list all his fantastic attributes according to the lyrics, shall we?
Yes.
He don't talk sweet. He ain't got much to say. He don't dress fine. He's no Romeo. He's not rich. He's counting every dime. Oh, he's cheap on top of everything else. And I hate cheap people. And he sings off key. And if you've ever been around someone who can't sing worth a damn and yet they're compelled to sing at every tune that comes on the radio, it's a little taste of hell. So now she does say what he does so well. And all I can attribute to that is that he must be hung like a donkey. And if that's the case, just lay out your cards out on the table at the beginning of the song and not beat around the bush with this other nonsense.
Pardon the pun.
That's what you're really looking for in a relationship.
Well,
Be
Lita
upfront
was.
about it.
Lita
Yeah,
was.
Lita was. Be
She didn't-
upfront about it.
Yeah.
Just 3+ minutes of horrible soul pop nonsense. And that's my last pick of the night.
Quite
That was
bizarre
good.
that's on the Footloose soundtrack as well. I mean, how many of these
Yeah.
songs tonight have been on
When
soundtrack?
DC comes on these shows, Kilroy, he really.
Brings it.
Well, I got
brings it.
a lot welling up inside of me, and I'm by myself all day long. So when I get a chance to air things out, I let it rip.
Well,
Well,
okay.
Denise Williams is so inoffensive that I couldn't possibly.
That's
I mean,
one
that would
movie
never
they
have.
never made.
She's
Yeah.
like Special K. I've got no opinion about it one way or the other. You know, it's just there. You know, Denise Williams.
Isn't that the only thing she ever put out?
Probably.
I
you
looked
know.
on Discogs. The only thing I could find was this.
No, she had a great cover of Too Drunk to Fuck by the Dead Kennedys. It was.
Did
great.
she do Holiday in Cambodia too on the flip?
Probably.
Oh man, love that. All right, excellent, super DC. Thank you for that performance. Let's throw her over to BM Bolt.
All right. I got one last pick.
Oh, I'm not sure we're going to talk about this
Yeah.
one.
here. Grant seems to really like this song.
I love this.
I don't know if anybody else does. I sure don't.
I love it.
This was a big hit in the probably mid 80s.
I still love
It's kind of a English pop song.
I love it.
I can't stand it. And it's going to be
Brilliant.
Culture Club. Do you really want to hurt me?
I
Oh,
think it's,
bullshit.
When I hear this song, yes, I
it's
do.
brilliant.
I do.
I like it.
I love it. I love Color by Numbers is one of my favorite. One of the.
No thanks.
It's a. Color by Numbers is a brilliant record. Brilliant. They were. I don't care what you say. I really don't care. You know
care what
why?
you say.
You know why, Byron?
You
All
can
right,
tell.
next.
You can
So
tell
we'll
Grant was
just-
great. Grant was wonderful in debate club. I don't care what you say.
I'll just throw you. I'll just throw your ass out of the show.
Exactly.
Byron having internet issues again.
So,
Yeah,
It's
And
fine,
who-
Byron.
who doesn't like that song?
that was a big hit, man.
I like it.
No, it's tepid. It's not offensive. It's not great.
It's a great song.
Do you know?
I
Think
love it.
about
I
the other
love it.
shit that was out at that time. Like, what was that? Denise Williams. Come on. What is Culture Club sounded great. A lot of R&B
Yeah.
influence.
It's
lot
just
of
interesting.
Motown influence. Come on.
It's just interesting how everybody hears things so differently. I mean, one person's love is another person's absolutely, you're making my ears bleed type of tune. It's just
Byron,
fascinating.
no one jumped on your bandwagon.
No, but I do think
Davey's
Culture
not.
Club has
Davey doesn't
crap.
like it. He doesn't hate it. He doesn't like it.
Yeah, I think they do have some crap, to be honest. Yeah, Culture Club. I do like Boy George solo. I love his version of the
All
Crying
those
Game.
later Culture Club albums after they broke up, great. All of them are great.
The songs.
I'm just
after they
going to
broke
mute Byron so he can never talk again. That's what I should do. Just mute people. No,
I think
you're
I
fine.
think that what the thing with Culture Club is that when he was coming out, he wasn't really coming out, if you know what I mean. He was.
Right.
Everybody thought he was a woman, because I know in 1982 I thought it was a woman. You know, so it was a big thing. You know, it was like,
Well, what did you think when you saw the Poison album cover? Did you think they were women?
that's different though. I already knew.
Oh,
those
is it
guys.
different?
Well, because at Culture Club in 1982, we didn't know that whole thing, what was going on. You know, the world was fresh and new, and Culture Club was like, that whole look was like, we didn't understand that.
Here, Rob likes Culture Club. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah, he did a video about Boy George's post-Culture Club career. If you folks they take a liking to Culture Club and Boy George, it's a good watch.
Time is brilliant. Miss Me Blind.
Yeah, like them too.
Oh my God, I love the production on those.
You guys have
What was that
shitty taste in music.
Steve Levine?
Do you know what one I do hate though is that I would give everything I own, give up my life, my heart, my home. I fucking hate that song. Whatever that.
It's not about a woman; it's about his dad.
Yeah, The Number of the Beast came out in 1982. That was like a big hit album right there for us. That was
Funnily enough, Boy George was the first choice to replace Paul Di'Anno in the band. That's a little known fact.
I like Waitresses. I Know What Boys Like. I like that.
yeah.
Church of the Poison Mind, the War Song, both great. Yeah. He was. I didn't.
To be fair, I think
Whatever.
he's gay and whatever he does, he's a gay man.
He's just gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you couldn't come out at that time in 1982. Nobody was really coming out, if you know what I mean.
He was totally advertising it.
Yeah, he didn't have to say
He
anything.
didn't have to say anything.
Do you know? Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. Look at Rod Halford. When he came out, it took him a long time to come out. Believe
Yeah,
me.
but it wasn't that. I mean, it was obvious in retrospect, but it wasn't obvious.
Well, I mean, a lot of people thought he was straight. Come on.
No.
No, with all that leather, come on.
Okay, I'll give you a perfect example.
He made the whole band look gay.
Go watch Heavy
Fine-
Metal.
Fine Young
Countdown, and
Cannibals.
you'll see the girls go crazy over Rod Halford.
Fine Young Cannibals would be
I don't
She
know.
Drives Me Crazy.
Yeah.
I just can't resist.
That's it, Martin. That's the one.
And they also had Johnny, won't you come on home?
Adamant, Gary Newman, Trent Reznor.
Right, Adamant, he's the kind of guy that you could think was
If you
gay,
think
but
about it,
actually
Grant,
I don't think Adamant's gay, and I don't
yeah.
care if any of these artists are gay. I don't care.
But I'm saying that's the difference. Boy George was clearly gay and everybody knew.
Right. And-
Adamant, you could be mistaken in thinking so.
right?
But he's actually one of the most badass motherfuckers who's ever walked the earth, man. I mean, fucking,
Right.
don't you ever. Fucking yes. Love Adamant.
Trent Reznor's gay? Is he?
Yes,
No.
he's in a long-term relationship with Gary Newman.
I didn't know about
Oh, I did not know that.
No, we better not start.
What's
these
that song? Head Like a Hole?
Right.
that. Yeah.
Maybe I know what that means now. Anyway, got Jim come home was.
John
Yeah,
Hammond.
I'm not.
Won't you
No
come
one
on
really
home?
talks about Fine Young Cannibals anymore. No one. They're like disappeared. I think Adamant's got some great stuff. God, no one talks Adamant.
Adam and the Ants and Adamant solo, both fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Oh, man.
Wallace
There's
6969.
no
I love
dissing
Thomas Dolby.
Yeah, Thomas Dolby gets a pass, man.
It gets a
Thomas-
pass.
Yeah.
Damn Yankees. Higher.
High enough. Yeah.
Is Davey joking or serious?
If you know answers on a postcard. Because I don't.
Hey, Yanks are great.
Yeah.
I don't. I know there's going to be a show coming up. I can't say anything. Adamant is the coolest, especially Prince Charming. Yeah,
Prince Charming.
I have got all those Adamant records on vinyl too.
Ridicule is nothing to be scared of.
It's too bad because I think Adam and the Ants deserve. Maybe you have to do another look at them because no one talks about that stuff, and it was truly great stuff at the time, and nothing really sounded like Adam and the Ants. You know, great.
And who dressed like them either, apart from Highwaymen from the 90s? Well, I suppose 10-Pole Tudor.
Well, Jimi Hendrix dressed like Adam Ant.
Oh, yeah, they had full like Highwayman gear on. So 10-Pole Tudor, Adam and the Ants, and then that's about it, really, isn't it?
See, they were awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
adamant that they are good.
Did everybody go around? Did I do my last one?
Yeah, do the last one, Grant.
Oh God. Okay. All right, we'll wrap this dog up here after I do my last one. My last one. Oh,
the drugs have
this
kicked
is
in.
good. This song, I truly hate this song, and I could never understand why this was a hit. But I better get rid of the comment that is up if I can find it. Oh my God, there's so many comments. But this song, I truly hate this song. And I know everybody on here is going to despise it.
Oh, I love
Toy
that.
Soldiers by Martika.
No, I'm not having
No?
that. No, I'm not having that. I love that song.
You love it.
Yes.
Oh God, it's
They
just
all fall down.
no.
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Right.
That
Okay.
was
When
like-
that came out, I was a very small kid, and I love that song to bits. I love it.
That got beat to death.
I was in
Yeah.
college and I
Oh,
just
that
thought
got
it was
beat to death.
hideous.
Yeah.
I never heard it, so I can't offer any commentary.
That was the
That
number
was
one hit here
wonder.
around 88, 89.
Oh, they
got to
played it
death.
to death.
They got played
Yeah.
hard. You don't hear it anymore, but it got played a lot back in the day.
No.
And I searched for her, and you know what? She's married to somebody. She lives in Dayton, Ohio.
Wow.
Well, just a little ride up the road or down
I'm gonna
the
go
road for you.
see what she's doing and go visit. I think.
You might as well go look what she looks like now, though.
Well, she's born in '69, so she's 50 something. So I don't know. She might
And
not be old enough.
it was big enough that Eminem sampled it for one of his big hits. I can't remember what one. I think it was just called like Toy Soldiers or something, which is rather on the nose. But yeah, Eminem covered it, so pretty big song.
Adam and the Ants,
Yeah.
pirate metal without the metal. Damn Yankees did a mini reunion and played live in a stadium and played 4 songs. No. This drummer didn't show. Well,
I think the drummer's in Skinner now, isn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Who is it? Danny, help me.
Michael Carlone?
Marky, right? Sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Shit, I've been on this damn show almost. I've been going since 7. Byron looks like he's about ready to fall asleep.
Bedtime.
Spandau Ballet.
Oh no! Don't start mentioning all these early '80s bands. Grant
Yeah.
will just defend every one of
I'm
them.
gonna
until-
be up. You're gonna get me upset.
We made our love on Wasteland.
Brian McFadden, you don't like Smashing Pumpkins tonight?
Well, I'll give you that.
Where's
Billy
the band
Billy-
button?
Billy Corgan's voice.
Gotta
Sometimes
find the
can be a
band
little
button.
bit.
I like the Pumpkins. Toy Soldiers, we won't agree. Heavy tune about addiction. Oh.
Yeah, Toy Soldiers is badass. Kilroy has it. Jam
All
on.
right,
man.
all right, that's fine. I don't like it.
Me,
I-
Kilroy, and Eminem, we know the shit.
Pearl Jam Alive. I don't think there's anything
There-
wrong with it.
Yeah. I'm still alive. There's a lot of these ones where I wonder if it's either overplay or just the voice. Just
Oh
annoys
boy, look, Martin's counting on me. Oh no. Okay, well I'll look
No.
at Messenger. We'll
You know
see.
what, Davey? I think what it is that here in the States it got played so much, but over there I don't know how much it got played.
Maybe it's like the opposite of Mull of Kintyre. When you're not hearing it every 5 minutes,
Yeah.
you know. And that was Mull of Kintyre by Paul McCartney. Coming up next, Mull of Kintyre by Paul McCartney. Maybe that's part of it, but yeah, overplay, and then it comes from soundtracks, doesn't it? Like a lot of the ones we've mentioned. So you hear them because they're then in the movie, and then MTV plays them because they can show Tom Cruise in the video of 10 minutes.
Right.
So yeah, and it just feeds into hating songs that actually might be quite good songs, but you end up hating them.
Holy crap, Brian McFadden, what are you on? I strongly dislike the whole Melancholy album. It sucks. Oh, come on.
That's a good
I
album.
Oh my.
I'm actually with Brian on that. I think that's a very overrated album.
Oh my God. It's
I'll go with John. It's overrated, but I will not say it's bad.
It's a great record. It's a great record. When that came out, I played it nonstop. I couldn't get enough of it. I thought it was.
Martika looks gorgeous there. She is absolutely stunning. I've never realized that before. She's got that like, hey guys, what are you doing tonight? She's got that thing going on.
But what about Lita?
No, she's too dirty for me. You know you're going to catch something from her, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to get a tetanus shot after being there, but that's.
Well, she's young and pure there. So.
Oh my God! Tell me she's overage, and I've not just said something absolutely terrible.
I don't know. 1988. She was born in '69. So.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. That's legal here.
Yeah, it's legal. You're okay.
That's not.
All right. I think. Well, gentlemen, we went forever, but it was a good discussion. We need more of these discussions because it sure is entertaining.
Do you know what I like, Grant? This is like a singles version of That's Total Shite.
This is a singles version of Total Shite.
That's good. It's true.
It is. You're
Instead of
100% right.
album, yeah.
Well, it's nice you could attend. You attended for the whole thing, Davey. We appreciate that. It's always nice to have you here, and
Well, I was supposed to be here anyway for the Beach Boys, and that got cancelled. So why not? So.
I don't think the Beach Boys was tonight.
Well, it was probably yesterday, my time, and tomorrow your
yes,
time.
Yes. It was yesterday. Beach Boys.
I don't know time zones.
That's all right. It was yesterday, but Ryan ruined that for us. But that's okay.
He's Ryan though, so I can.
He's busy. Ryan Gavalier's a busy man. So
please check out his Night of the Living Dead soundtrack album, available now.
That's right. I don't have the link right here, but yes, check it out. Did you do a review of it, Davey? I don't know.
No, I'm waiting for the CD, but it is absolutely stunning and it links up with the movie so well. So
there you go. All right, kids. Well, I'm going to go to bed. I want to thank the panel, DC, John the Music Nut, Ernesto, Davey, and BM Bolt. And I want to thank Martika. And I want to do a special thanks to Lita Ford and her lyrics. Let's put her up there real quick. There she is. What a great photo. Anyway, we'll see you on the next one. Please leave a comment. I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. Holy crap, this was a blast.
Yeah. Thanks for all the comments, everybody. They were really great.
Fun. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
So we'll see you on the next one. Please like, subscribe. You probably already have, but we'll see you on the next one. Good night, everybody.
See you, folks.
Night.